Bear Nation, what's going on, man? Tough game. Tough game. I don't get it. I just don't understand. What's going on, Nancy Reese? Yeah, it's disappointing because we got a quarterback that can make every throw, man. It's run the ball and the defense doesn't do what it's supposed to do all game, man. We held them to 19 points, man, but we could have blew this team out, bro. We could have blew this team out. Like, we could have just really destroyed this team, man. I'm tired of seeing the fucking crazy first half with no points. Like, we're not going to be a good team playing like this in the playoffs. We're just not going to be a good team, bro. We're not going to be a good team, man. We're just not going to be a good team. And this man right here has a lot to do with it, man. Ryan Poles hasn't gotten any flack this season because some people feel like he did enough, with Ben Johnson. I'm on record saying I don't think he had anything to do with getting Ben Johnson here. Like, I don't think he had anything to do with drafting the players. I think all those players were Ben Johnson players. We needed an offensive line the last few years of getting it with Ryan Poles. We didn't get it. People were hanging up in his face, man. So I don't give him any credit. And this is coming from a person who was a Ryan Poles stan, bro. Like, I love him coming from Kansas City, but we're lucky, man. Most of the things that Ryan Poles has been here for, bro, he's been lucky as fuck. He's been lucky, bro. The #1 overall pick, Carolina. Lovie Smith getting the #1 pick for us again. Ben Johnson wanted to come here. Ben Johnson wanted Caleb. Ben Johnson is a Chicago Cubs season ticket holder. Lucky, bro. Just lucky. And then one part of the football field for him to build in the trenches, he still hasn't built the team up, bro. And that's the defensive line. That's the front four. You know what I mean? Pandale. You know what I mean? Montez Sweat. He's not helping. Billings. What the hell is Billings doing out here, man? What is Billings doing out here? How is he still on the team? We're putting out average players on defense every week, bro. Every single fucking week on defense, we putting this shit out here. Every single week, man. And he still has his job. I didn't want him to get an extension when he got the extension. You don't deserve an extension when you went 15 and 36, bro. Sick of this shit, man. Don't come here telling me about the defense and get all the interceptions. Bro, without those interceptions this year, we are terrible. We are terrible. We are a terrible fucking football team, bro, on defense. I got so much to say. I got the OG Allen in here. I'm waiting on Shad and see it coming here, man. But if you guys are in the chat, just give us your thoughts on the game, bro. Just give us your thoughts. I got plenty of thoughts. I got plenty. OG, what's going on, bro?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man.
Yeah, I'm chilling too, man. But how you feeling about this game, man? Now we got to depend on the Commanders to beat the Eagles for us to get the number two seed. But man, how you feeling, big dog?
I've been thinking, man. I look at this game like I feel like they played a lot of vanilla football.
You said that in the pregame.
Yeah. They didn't really go all out as far as like the play calling. They wasn't really like calling the game as serious as they normally would.
Right.
And that might be a strategic thing. But we gotta look at this thing as we gotta keep it in the numbers. The football players today laid an egg. Like the coaches and management, that's one thing. But the players today, especially late in the game, the defensive players laid that. I watched Jalen Johnson look defeated. Like, I'm like, he gave me that look like I just can't fucking do it. Like, I remember going into the summer and he was saying he wanted to be a trail DB and he wanted to chase guys across the formation.
He said
I sat there and watched the damn Detroit Lions hunt him. Like in basketball, when they know you're a weak defender, they hunt you on the pick and roll. They were basically hunting Jalen Johnson. Our highest paid defensive player, Jalen Johnson, was hunted today. That's on film, that he cannot cover shallow drags across the formation. But you want to be the one cussing Eberflus out for the shit he was doing last year, but you can't fucking do your job.
For sure.
So that's the problem I have with that guy. Jalen Brisker did pretty good today on a couple of things, the batted pass, and he stayed sound on that flea flicker attempt, which Detroit has got that play a couple times. Like, you don't see it coming. And Brisker did a good job of holding his chops. And he played a pretty solid game today. But on that back end, dog, it was rough today. Like, the defensive line, I mean, it was atrocious today. Like, I don't even know where number 98 was. Like,
at all. Montez, for real, bro.
I know you were getting on Ryan Poles, but Ryan Poles needs to do the same thing he did with the O-line last year. He needs to really invest. I would be saying nobody on the defense line should be safe.
Nobody, bro.
Nobody. If nobody on that D line should be safe this offseason. We don't have a franchise figure on that defensive line. We don't have one.
No.
We don't have a stand. We don't have a stand. We don't have a cushion player that we can drag on. We don't have.
No.
So we need to look at improving every 4 positions on that defensive line. And you know, you got a lot of money tied up in Garrett and Swift. I'm not Swift, but I don't know. Well, not Dexter. Man, I just can't call his name right now. He be pissing me off right now. No, the defensive end with all the money, 98.
Swift.
Yeah, I can't say his name today. I'm so frustrated with him. But that's what we need to intend on. We need to put all our resources into the defensive line. Like, every resource. Number 1 draft pick should be defensive line. Like, no, don't go out there and be cute and get a damn running back, a wide receiver, nothing. You need a defensive lineman. You need a Jared Verse. You need a stand-on player in this draft coming up. You need to go recognize and find the best defensive lineman available and bring him to the Chicago Bears. And we need to build off that guy. Because Sweat, I'm over that. I don't know when he's going to come play, and we pay him a handsome bag of change, and he doesn't give us but mediocre production.
Man, what up, Shad? You in here, bro? Are y'all gonna turn your cameras on, man? I'm gonna be solo with the camera on. Thank you, man. Somebody join me. Go ahead, Shad, man. Like I already said, a little bit. I don't want to take over the show, man, but bro, like I'm just so fucking tired of us coming out here. One, putting up donuts in the first half, bro. I'm tired of Dunkin' Donuts, bro. I'm tired of seeing chocolate covered sprinkles, fucking glazed donuts in the first half, bro. I'm sick of seeing it, man. We said this shit early in the season, Shaw. It's not a fluke that Caleb Williams can throw the ball like this, bro. It's not a fluke. And I know, Shaw, you said in the pregame you want 40 touches. You know, we always kind of differ on, like, we got to keep the quarterback going early. And that was part of my pregame show because I know the kid can make every single throw. He can have a team playing upward trying to catch up to him, not us playing backwards where we got to play catch up. So that's why I'm starting off, man. I'm sick of seeing the stupid ass first half. Ben fucking Johnson, bro. His play calling sometimes. This shit he gotta stop, bro. This shit gotta stop. Like, he's getting exposed in ways I didn't think was possible to see for me, bro. From a person that's very patient, a person that's very understanding and just take things for what they are. Ben Johnson, bro, he's on the floor tonight, dog. He didn't shot. He did not expose a secondary that is trash, bro. He just didn't do it, man. Like, why are we playing with them? Man, come on, Shot, man. Shot, what you got, bro? I'm just
first possession for the Bears today was a 10-play drive that ended in a punt in the first quarter. Right?
Okay.
Second possession, 5-play drive, no yardage, punt.
No yardage.
Third possession, turnover and downs. They went for it on fourth down there, only generated 39 yards on 10 plays. Mind you, the score of the game is 13-0 at that point.
Right.
Not until the third quarter did the Bears generate points. Now, mind you, they still had 2 more possessions of a punt and an interception, which was given up by Caleb Williams when they got in scoring situations. So they didn't get their first touchdown until the fourth quarter. We've seen this before.
Man, for sure, yeah.
When you look at the offensive performance against a team that you know and they know you tend to want to stick to what you do well. When I look at the keys to this game, and you asked me earlier in the game, in pregame, what would I expect this game? It was 40 carries. That was a determining thing to let me know the head coach was going to keep it vanilla, but as well.
And here go the pregame stuff right here, everybody. We'll just bring up the pregame stuff right. Let me take Ben off of here just to give you guys a quick glimpse of what we wanted to be done this game. Just give me 1 second. Let me take Ben off here so you guys
do your
can see
thing, bro. My thing was I wanted 40 carries or close to it. We ended up with 18 for 65 yards.
It's crazy.
I don't fucking understand the.
We got Sean82. What's up on YouTube, man? Appreciate you, bro. We got Dine and Live on YouTube saying it's a tough one. What's going on at DC? Willie B. Mackey. What's up, bro? Appreciate the restream. We got JC saying we made no adjustments on defense. The middle of the field was open before some point, bro. At some point. I mean, damn. Then you got Jay saying preach to Shaw. No Shaw gonna come here and cook. No protection on the offensive line. Yeah, we got our ass beat on the offensive line today, man. And I'm gonna go to Allen with that one, man. And he can, he's the offensive line guru, expert, played offensive line. Allen, what did you see from the offensive line today? Because I saw number 73 getting his ass destroyed. Pause. I'm talking about getting wrecked out there, Allen.
Well, I would say this about the defensive line for Detroit. Oh, yeah. They were doing a lot of slanting, like I've been begging Dennis Allen to do. Let's do some slanting and make the offensive line fire off the football and make them come to us. Like, slanting causes problems up front, but that also gives a lot of holes backside, pause, by the running backs. I noticed today with our running backs, Manungai had a lot of backside runs if he would have stayed patient. But he was not running patiently today on some of them runs because they were slanting and they're taking away that first foot in the ground. They're like, we're gonna not let you have that first look in between the guards. We're gonna make you pause for a second, and can you get to the tackle end of the tackle box? If you can get there, you're gonna have a lot of yards. If you can get there, but a lot of times Manungai was running in between the tackles without pause, and sometimes it calls for you to, press the line and then get to the outside. So he got caught a couple times not focusing on what the defensive line is giving me. He was forcing it like, I'm going to the play where it's supposed to be. Sometimes as a running back, you got to have a feel.
And and like every step of the way,
you got to have feel. So I think it was a little too much
from the outside. A need to, or a desire to bring more into the running back room, and I felt like our guys were pretty darn strong. Both him and Manungai have turned into a pretty formidable unit there. So he's playing like he's capable of playing, and I think he can take it up even another notch, and we're going to challenge him to do so.
I got so much shit to say, bro. This is going to be here for a minute.
Available in full go at the end of the game, or was he?
Yeah. Our guys were good to go. Yep.
With as fast of a start as you guys got off to in San Francisco, can you
Johnson got a damn concussion, I think.
Yeah, he got toe up, bro. He was dizzy.
We'll take a look at the tape.
Yeah, he made a play on that running back. He went in there, but Ben was upset. Like, damn, we shouldn't have been in that position.
Yeah, those are things we talk about, and especially coming off a 2-minute warning like that, you know,
Should have won this game, man.
To make those decisions.
So did the Commanders win?
Monitoring what's going on.
So the Commanders won. We got the 2 seed.
Nope.
Bro, this the
You talked
luckiest.
about, trying to avoid 2 losses going into the postseason. What do you do this week to flip the script and to
They want the Bears Packers bad.
Like, let them know that it's a new season. So
Bad
we're
is
starting
all
fresh
nowhere,
right
bro.
now, and
They want that shit
we
bad,
wanna make the most
yo.
out of this new season. We need to go on a 4-game winning streak, which we've done twice already this year.
I wanted one of them California teams. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all want to talk, or y'all
All
want
right.
to hear
See ya.
this? Look, he left fast. There, get your ass out of here, man.
Yeah, he
Get your ass
done, man. This game was straight for the cameras, man. They planning for next week, man. I think the coaching staff said, man, we focus on next week. Because the play showed it. The play showed it today. The game plan showed that they're getting ready for the playoffs.
This was a prep game, fellas.
Yeah.
Don't know exactly. Got to go back and watch. I think we came out a little flat, maybe energy-wise.
Baby,
I think we got to do a better job of that. Having urgency
Y'all
from the
coming out
jump and
flat like
getting that
this,
going.
like the first time y'all done that, Caleb. This is not the first fucking time y'all come out
Not good
flat.
enough.
I'm not trying to
Not good
hear
enough
that
to
they
win
prepping for the playoffs.
this game. Not
bro.
good enough to win.
That's
the upcoming
BS,
game.
man.
So,
This team
we got to get
comes
better
out
all
flat.
sides of the ball.
Don't matter when they
speaking on
do that
offense,
shit, bro. Like, let's not,
whatever
man,
happens on the other side of the ball is not something that we can
Cool.
control. So we have to control what we can, and we got to come out starting fast, being better, and we'll do that here coming up.
what's the feeling now as you look at the postseason, trying to put these 2 games behind you and bounce back and wins?
What?
In terms of as a team putting these games behind you, now new season, as Ben Johnson says.
Yeah, it's something you have to do. It's something that you have to do during the regular season. Something you have to do now at this moment. We're going to a new season.
That's how the Commander took down the
You can't
Eagles.
dwell on the past, but you got to
Crazy,
find ways
man.
to correct what you did in the past and through the losses.
Ben said the message is gonna be you guys need to go on a 4-game win streak.
Yep.
Nobody wanted that 2 seed, dog.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that 2 seed.
Get up tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
Come in. You watch
Nobody
film,
wants to play the
do whatever you have to
Packers.
do treatment
In the
wise,
cold
body-wise,
weather.
whatever. We have a month left, and we need to, as a team.
They want them California
mindset,
teams to
and
come
we will, I believe.
to the East Coast.
Tight game as players, you guys have been a lot.
Right,
What's your thoughts
right.
on the last series?
And they're just so sick of this.
Crucial moments, and we've been better throughout the season, and we gotta get back to that.
The Green Bay series has been very interesting during
Yep.
seasons here. How do you feel about playing them in the playoffs next year?
Yeah, feel good. Feel good about anybody. Whoever, whatever position we were going to be in, whatever position we're in now. I feel good about us versus anybody, and I'll keep carrying that mindset throughout the weeks.
There's a heightened level of aggravation, obviously, after a game like this. How do you describe?
Caleb was frustrated on that sideline, bro. You can't tell me it ain't mean nothing to him. And I wanted to see that from our quarterback. I wanted to see him pissed off because we should have won this game, man.
I don't really have a.
Yeah, we should have won that game.
It's
I agree.
frustrating. And
Shit, man.
the good thing about it is, we're going into the playoffs here, and we got to find ways to be better. The focus has to level up. The urgency has to level up. The play has to level up. The mindset, mentality on the field has to level up, because that's what
Rome is gonna play next week.
Jump back to Jade.
Yep. Yeah, safety bit on. I don't know who was on the right side exactly at that moment, but
Crazy,
safety bit on the receiver on the right side. Had Jade going over the
AJ
top
is
and
fried, bro.
just read it out.
We're gonna talk about it after this.
Jade did a great job.
You've answered this already. So, did you get the franchise?
96 people in the chat. Bear Nation, what up, man? Disappointing loss, man. 19-16, man. You just come off a game where you pretty much put the 40 ball up against the 49ers.
Need to win the game. Didn't want to leave it up to another team to put us in the seeding that we wanted to be in, and I don't know what the case happened with that game, but we didn't execute the way we needed to, and so that number is the number, and so be it.
Trusting built with Colston, and you talked about it a lot this year. What did you see from him on that touchdown drive and Cole down to 2-point conversion?
Yeah. What did I throw to Colston? The Cole one, great job scrambling. I ended up seeing him passing off the. We had a kind of a man play lined up, and those the defense ended up passing off the routes, and so got out the pocket. Cole did a great job finding space and just delivered him a ball.
I think it was 12 targets for Colston.
Yeah.
What did you see from him in some of the critical downs, 4th downs early, and 3rd downs?
Yeah, I got belief and faith in all our guys, but just speaking on him is he's done a great job since we've been together.
Drive time makes it easy to buy a car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it back up there, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second.
You ran the majority of plays out of that 2 tight end set.
Yep.
Was that more of a matchup thing, or was that something that you guys have identified with this offense as a strength?
I think it's a week-to-week thing. We line up in whatever we can gain an advantage in, and so we thought that was going to be our advantage, today, and we got to go out there and execute.
What do you see on the pick?
On the pick, had enough space. Guys did a great job blocking for me. Saw DJ have.
You got to check that down.
He couldn't get back.
You got to check that down to the tight end.
Cross face.
That was inexcusable. 3 people, check that down, bro.
3 people.
And
Coastal Lovely was booty, butt, naked, open in the middle of the field for like 50
those moments are gonna happen. And I'm gonna keep throwing those passes and trusting the guys.
Ben said this was one of your guys' simpler game plans. Does that make it a little more frustrating that you were able to execute?
Yeah.
That's a know your personnel, bro.
Whether it's plays, and
KYP, baby,
guys
KYP.
get confused, or mentality, or what I don't know exactly what. And
that was a jump ball.
Coaches will help us figure that out for this upcoming week. But whatever it is, we gotta fix it and move on.
Billy Rick Ross looking at me to watch the damn ball in his week. Yeah, I'm over Billy, bro. I don't even know how he in the NFL, bro.
Captain, what's your role in the next 24 hours? So helping the group collectively.
I'm sick of Billings too. I don't know how many times he got caught.
Use his frustration.
Yeah, he done. Yeah, he won't be back. He'll probably be wherever people said
and then,
next time.
Find a way to get better.
Somebody said, I bet if it was
doesn't matter.
Double quarter pounder with cheese,
it doesn't matter if we win the game by 1 next week or whatever case may be. Find a way to give us and ourselves the advantage to be able to win the game and do that.
Look at Craig, bro. Billings, bro, your big bowling ball.
Yeah. 2-0-2. Frustration was there. We had losses that we felt like we shouldn't have lost. Frustration there, and these past 2 weeks. And so
y'all roasted in the bit. Y'all funny, bro. Craig is crazy.
Get on a roll here starting this week, and that's the focus.
You feel like you were able to use your legs enough in this game?
Probably could have used them more, but that's you can go back and figure that out after the game. But in the moments, felt good. Pocket felt good, and tried to deliver some runners ball to the guys.
Ben said he considered going for it.
Man, it's just disappointing, man. This is disappointing.
Conversation at all.
No, that's his decision. As a coach, as our leader, that's his decision. Do I want the ball? Yes. Anybody wants the ball, any competitor, any player in those moments. Yeah, you want the ball in that moment, but you trust your coach's call, and I'll do it 1,000 times over, believing and trusting in his call, but also whoever, whether, is putting the punt team out there and putting the defense back out there. I trust him. I trust our guys. And, if he has us on the field, I think everybody on the sideline trusts us also.
Where do you feel like your game is at? Where you have this frustrating game today, but the 3 before that, you were on a good run.
Yeah, felt like I saw it well today. We got to find ways to, get a few more completions, keep the drives going. I don't know what our 3rd down percentage was, but at one point I looked up and we were 1 for 7 on 3rd down, and that's frustrating to be in because 3rd downs is one of the biggest downs, and keeping drives alive. And so we got to be better. We will be better in these upcoming weeks.
So you had that Johnson jersey this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that jersey, man. Why would you bring up the Ben Johnson jersey, bro?
Just kind of support for him.
Y'all asking stupid ass questions.
What was the gist of that conversation?
Out of here, they get a record deal.
You, after a loss, you're supremely frustrated, and so.
What about Ben Johnson jersey you wore today? Who gives a fuck?
it's frustrating. In a game that you feel like you could have won, should have won, and from there it's just the vet talking to the young guy, trying to help me and figure out and find ways to help this team, help my growth, and for this team, but also the future of this team. Awesome. Bears.
Man, bro. He said a lot of nothing up there, man, which I figured he would, Shad. I mean, it's just we should have won that game, man. Like I don't see this as a game like a throwaway game. And I had us on 11-6, man. And
when he gonna take accountability for having situations where they ask him, "What about the pick?"
They asked him about
it was a good throw. It was a good read.
It was a terrible throw. Terrible read.
Say that you made a mistake and why you made the mistake, fam. So that we understand that you actually won't do that dumb shit no more.
No, he said he's gonna do it again, Shaw.
He said he was gonna do it again.
And I'll do it again.
Because they won against Green Bay. You think the teams don't watch tape, fam? Teams watch tape. They watch tape and they watch you. Your tendency says, hey, he's gonna throw that. Guess what? You threw an interception to a backup at home with an opportunity to drive down and get points. Why not take accountability? I don't care about the mean face from Ben Johnson. I don't give a fuck he ain't shaved this weekend.
Oh my
He need to have a better
about
game plan against a team that he ain't beat yet. You left them, now you 0-2 against them.
Yeah, talk about that, Shad. Talk about that.
Let me give you a couple fucking numbers about our new head coach today. One of the things that I was looking at was the run game. $122 for the Detroit Lions. They had the advantage. The best offensive weapon on the field we thought would be Coastin Lovin with his first breakout performances of 10 catches for 90 yards. He got one up by St. Brown with 11 catches for $130. Oh, yeah, and by the way, the Bears had their most sacks in the game in about 7 weeks with 3, but guess what? The pressure was on the side of the Lions. Caleb ran away all fucking game trying to avoid the rush on the Lions, and like I said, they were the 4th leading team in the league in terms of getting to the quarterback. Look, bro, the formula's there, the tape is there. The Bears are going to see
it's
heavy
lit.
dose of the same shit.
Same shit. Same shit.
At what point are we going to make adjustments? They need to get on the fucking field, bro. And I'm talking specifically about Gordon and Rome. This inconsistent bullshit on the injury report week in and week out is not going to cut it, bro. You going against the Packers next week. They got the blueprint on you. They're motivated. And they're absolutely embarrassed with the performance and the way that they lost the last time that they were here. And after having a great season with all these well wishes and great vibes, how would it feel as a Bears fan to lose not only to Detroit being 0-2, winning the division the week before, but then losing to the next week to the Packers at home? This entire offseason will feel 150% different than what it fucking was before we walked into San Francisco last week.
Yeah, Shad.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate, man. There has to be some urgency. This team played with no urgency, not enough fight, not enough ass whoop for me, man. It wasn't enough ass whoop for me. Your linebackers wasn't physical enough at the point of attack. They allowed Montgomery 3 times on 3rd down to move forward after contact. After being wrapped up. These are expensive players that you're playing on defense, and they're not doing expensive shit. Performance matter.
Right.
Look,
and you know what, Shad?
Performance in the first half, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna pass the mic, man. But for me, man, I'm starting with the quarterback, bro. He has to start better. His operation has to start better. No pre-snap penalties. Make sure ball is absolutely accurate where there is no deficiencies with drops. The ball's all over the place because he's off matcha at the beginning of the game, bro. You need to calm down and make more sound throws when they throw the ball early. It looked like they were trying to spread the Lions out early so they wouldn't have heavy boxes to run through all damn game. And had they hit a few of those conversions and not been 3 and out or gone on those long-ass drives and ended up punting the ball, they may have been able to have some success on the run, but you never even got a chance to get to the run. This has to be a reality check, bro. has to be a reality check because the entire trajectory of this organization completely can change next weekend after the game is over.
Yep.
In a bad way.
And that throw he threw to Burton Shard when he looked off that first play on the right and he came backside to Burton. That was a design to come back to Burton, but that pass was so hot at 3 or 4 yards. I'm like, why is that ball coming out so hot for 3 or 4 yards? Like, it was like him catching a bowling ball. It was coming out so hard, and I'm like, why are you putting so much pressure on that football that short of a field?
Coach Allen, you don't get that speed from the jugs machine.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, damn, Luther couldn't have caught that. Like, it was like he was throwing 100 miles per hour to go to the window. I'm sitting at the couch, and I could reach out and touch my window, but it's like him throwing the football so hard. Like, what are you doing? KK, just take a look. Is nobody there? No linebacker. When you're looking at it, it's like, okay, why am I throwing it so hard? Just boom, just throw it where the guy can catch it and keep running. Because Burton was one-on-one with a safety on that play. It was a well drawn up play, but poor execution from 18. That was a beautiful play.
DJ, explain to me why the fuck DJ Moore back-to-back games with 1 catch, bro.
Let me show some love to the comment section, man. It says Shaw speaking his mind, of course. Those sacks are the reason we had to go man on man with the secondary all game since we can't get a pass rush. We need the option to blitz, and that means playing man on man. We can't do that, bro. We were blitzing. We were getting smoked, man. Every time we blitzed, they caught the fucking ball, bro. I think Goff was like 9-9 on blitz today, bro. We just can't get to the quarterback, dog. The end of the story, beginning of the story on the defensive side of the ball, we cannot get to the quarterback, bro. That shit is on tape. That shit is on film. After week, no matter what opponent we play, they looking at film like, oh, this is what they do? They give up every fucking blade of grass. What we doing? We calling the whole playbook out. Fuck it, we doing everything in the playbook. Because you can't stop it. This isn't preseason, man. This right. This shit is every fucking week. We cannot stop the run. We cannot stop crossers, slants. Linebackers don't make tackles. We miss tackles. Nashawn missed tackles. 98, 97 missing tackles. Like, bro, we're not a good fucking defense, man. At all, bro. We're just not a good defense. We're not a good defense at all. We got JC saying somebody passed the collection plate. Some real preaching going on in her. Yes, sir. We got JC saying linebackers taking bad angles, getting pushed backwards all game. Nobody playing downhill.
Hold up, wait. Before we go there, that's why when I say with the defensive linemen,
right,
when you got guys like Javon Dexter, okay, when you run the 4-3, your responsibility is to keep your linebackers clean.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the 4-3. When I played 5 tech in high school, I was responsible for getting to the football. I love playing a 3-4 tech. But when you're in a 4-3, your first responsibility is to keep your linebackers clean. And our defensive line do not keep our linebackers clean. So I will take up for the linebackers because if you watch them, we're playing too close to the line of scrimmage, 3 yards. I was saying that earlier in the year, we cannot be playing within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage because our defensive linemen are not holding up their gaps. That's why the linebackers are always getting their hands put on them by linemen because they're so close to the line of scrimmage. That is a technique thing, and I don't know why the linebacker coaches and the defensive line coach have not figured that out to clean that up. This is a thing with their letting the players get away with. Javon Dexter is the most porous technique guy we have on the team. But the only reason why he's playing because he's a second-round draft pick. That goes back to your rant with Ryan Poles. Why is this kid on our football team? After 2-3 years, poorly coached, all the way up to this point, the guy does not hold his gap integrity. If you watch him, when you watch him, guys are flying by him, getting to the linebacker. You have to put your hands on an offensive lineman. If not, you're going to have linebackers playing free safety. They're always in a junkie. They're always in a junkie situation because you're a defensive lineman and you're not putting these guys off their routes to the linebacker. That is not a linebacker problem. That is a fucking defensive line problem. That's a defensive line coach's issue. If we're putting the guys inside the gap, that means somebody cannot get to the linebacker because we're selling out to control the gaps. So that means that the linebackers are responsible for making the tackles, but that's not happening with Javon Dexter and Billings. Billings used to do it, but now Billings is feeling like, well, I got to get to the football. That's when undisciplined football started to take shape. Is when the linebackers are not making plays when they have the opportunity. When you got Tremaine Edmonds chasing dudes 7 to 8 yards downfield, that's not his job responsibility. Your job is to attack them and fill the gaps. But he's not doing that on a consistent basis, and then you have a whole clusterfuck. So, anyway,
go ahead.
I'm done.
No, the worst
ladies
part
and gentlemen, OG Allen, ladies and gentlemen, clap it up. OG Allen, clap it up. We're gonna come in here and cook.
That compromises the secondary, OG.
Yeah.
So the Bears gave up 6 plays of over 15 yards or 15-yard receptions. Then on top of that, they gave up over 160 yards after the catch. Yeah. 160 yards
after the catch.
Detroit Lions. And don't get me wrong. Williams is elite. St. Brown is elite. But we also say Raymond got a big catch. Gibbs got a big one. Tesla got a big one. Montgomery caught one out the backfield. Like, the ball was all over the field. They were hitting everybody. They were hitting everybody. So for me, Dennis Allen tried to convert over and change and go more man to man, but Goff has started rolling. He had 27 completions.
Yeah.
He at some point have to sack the quarterback. Got to
get home.
You got to think about how many pass attempts did we look at. 42 pass attempts by the Detroit Lions today. Dan Campbell came in the city of Chicago and threw the ball 42 fucking times. And the quarterback went down 3. That is egregious. That is ball chafing disgusting. Because you got to look at the fact that that's a lot of volume. And as much as we want to salute Booker, we want to give credit to Sweat for being reputable to have 10 sacks in a season. Like, that's not enough at all, man. At all, man. Having an elite defense or an above average defense gives you opportunities to take advantage of. And if you look at how much the production difference is between Detroit, and Detroit ain't even that elite in terms of getting to the passer, but they doubled their production on the sacks. That's hard to think about, bro. Like, these Detroit Lions we played today had 20 more sacks than us on the season. How does that make you feel going into the playoffs? Let's say Green Bay had a bad week in terms of rushing the passer, even without Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
If you watch the game this week against the Minnesota Vikings, JJ was rolling a lot. Meaning they were getting to the backfield. And from my expertise, if you look at the offensive line for the Minnesota Vikings, it has improved to put it above average. So for me, you're getting no reprieve next week. Parsons is not there, but they have an aggressive, big, physical, and athletic defensive line. They use their hands well, and they know how to move blockers. And as well as our offensive line has played, if you can get the Bears out of some of their cohesive plays that they like, those cutback Monungai plays, so cutback draw runs to Swift, if you can cut those off early and force Caleb to be accurate, like he said it out of his mouth by himself. On 3rd down, we were horrible. Yes, sir. You did not convert on 3rd down, and there were opportunities for you to do it with your legs. When they asked you earlier, do you think you could have used your legs more? Caleb says, maybe, but that's something we got to go back and look at the tape at. You could have taken off and ran the ball multiple times today to convert on a 1st down, but you chose not to. And again, this is about staying healthy, so I'm not bitching. However, don't come up on the platform and tell your fan base that bullshit when we was watching the game that you played, bro.
For real.
Wasn't good enough.
Man, Alan, we got to talk about it, bro. People in the chat right now talking about Jalen, bro. He been on our shit list, man. Jalen Johnson, he probably been on Allen's shit list before he was
Since
on
he
mic.
cussed out the coach and he ain't doing his fucking job, you don't have no right cussing a coach out in no place in football. And you did it in front of grown men. I have had no respect for James Johnson since then. And then you come out here and lay an egg this season. You're $20 million and you getting honey? You're getting honey.
20 million. You getting honey, OG?
$20 million and you're getting honey. Yeah. Yeah, your days are number, homeboy. Number.
Trevor, every day. Every time that he's Trevor.
Like, why the fuck was you out here, Jalen? If you know you're not ready to play, bro. The money's guaranteed. You're not, look, man, you're not making your team better by being on the field right now, bro, with the injury that you had. There's no way in hell you're 100%. And then there's no way in hell you're getting a fucking extension, bro. This man came on a podcast and said, I want more money. Motherfucker, you just got an extension. Then you come out here and get hurt. Then you come back out here and get fried like bacon on a Sunday morning grandma used to make, bro. Jalen Johnson, man.
You ain't even got to talk about the hash browns, the number one left on the field today, bro. Look at it. The only reason he back is because Nashon Wright was having the year he was having. Because if you understand the complexities of the business component of it, if the team finds a replacement when you're injured, you typically get replaced.
Yeah.
Right.
At the number that he was at, knowing the deficiencies of this team, if the Bears go young in the secondary and they can bring back everybody minus Jalen Johnson, that $15 million that you get for trading him, that's a resource you can add somewhere else. So let's picture a DJ Moore, Jalen Johnson for Max Crosby trade. Maybe you don't have to give up as much capital because the money matches. So these are situations that you got to think about if you're Ryan Poles. But right now on film, it's showing that he is not physical. He does not have the lateral quickness. And even though he can still have the instincts, his body is not putting him in situations to impact football games right now. And this was a guy that was supposed to be considered as one of your best 3 football players on this team at the start of the year. And that's right. Would you consider him a top 20 player on this roster? Because at this point, it's hard to say that. Because nothing he's done over the last several weeks, other than a deflection that led to a pick 6, would give you any credence to thinking that this is still a leader of your defense. I told people, if your cornerback is the best player on your team, you have one of the defenses in football. This was week 1. You
said that when you first, bro. You said that. Yeah.
Bro, I don't change my mind about nothing unless it's proven to be fact. This is the only way I operate in life, bro. The Bears have told me from week 1 when they said everybody's been riding this turnover train.
Right.
And it's been a perfect storm. But you cannot mask the real statistics that matter in football. When you look at the last 16, or let's condense it, the last 5 Super Bowl teams, pass rush, run defense, and run efficiency are 3 of the main components. The Bears struggle at all 3. Chunk plays. The Bears have improved offensively, but they give up a shitload of them. I mean, the backups, the average guys, big chunks, bro. These defenses that are elite don't do that. Why? Because they normally have a pass rusher that don't allow those chunks to even materialize. They're getting to the quarterback, or they're blowing the play up before it starts. The Bears have average defensive linemen, y'all. We got average defensive linemen. And the worst part about it is it's expensive. It's very signed. Montez said it's signed. Grady Jarrett signed. These guys are signed, bro. That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a
problem, man.
And I said,
resources matter. If he's been spending money like this right now, when you don't have to pay the quarterback, but you still have decisions on offense to make because you got young guys developing, but defense is on the win now. So you have to construct this with the money that you got. Edmonds is expensive, bro, but is he worth that cash based on the production you're getting?
No.
You would rather
grab somebody like that.
More impact for that dollar. Then you got Stevenson and Brisker coming up on the books, Pose. This is your team that you construct. And you said that one was going to overcome that? No. Ben Johnson's going to overcome that? No. That's bad infrastructure, bro. That's like when they redid the Dan Ryan and it took 20 fucking years to do when it should have took 5 if you made better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Brian Poles is just, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, I know he got that extension. I was against the extensions. I know Allen was. I know CJ was. I think you were too. It's just that how the hell do you get an extension? You won 15 games in 3 years, bro. What the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, and I said we got lucky to get Ben Johnson, man. He wanted to come here. He wanted Caleb, season ticket holder for the Cubs. He knows the NFC North. He see the talent, where the talent is. And it's like we got lucky, man. Like, it's been a lot of luck for Ryan Poles. Get a number overall pick once or twice. You know, Lovie Smith helping us out there one time. Shit like that, man. But it's like when you really get down to what Ryan Poles has really done, it's a lot to be left desired, bro. The man was getting hung up on every year as far as getting real offensive line talent in here, bro. As soon as Ben Johnson get here, everybody want to pick up their phone. Oh, it's Ben Johnson? Oh, that's Ben going to Chicago? Okay. Got the O-line fixed right away. This motherfucker in this defensive line, bro, the years that it's going on for him to fix it, and you mix that with Allen, and you can interrupt me when I'm wrong or whatever, and you mix that with Dennis Allen, how comfortable are you with Dennis Allen, Ryan Poles, I'm going to say it again, Dennis Allen, and Ryan Poles next year's draft, next year's free agency, bro? I'm terrified, man, because I've heard Shaw say things that Dennis Allen could have done better. I've heard things that you said that Dennis Allen could have done better. Then you got to go to the draft free agency with your defensive coordinator and your GM. How comfortable are you with them really flipping this defensive line, bro, and getting some rock stars on that edge and in the middle of that line, Alan?
I think I'm going to go ahead because Dennis Allen's track record defensive-wise has been good in the NFL. He's a quality. He's a top 10 defensive coordinator in this league, and so he's above average as far as a evaluator and a defensive spokesman. So I'm gonna lean more on Dennis Allen getting this right. If he knows that the resources are coming his way this draft, I believe it won't be no Javon Dexter getting drafted. A bunch of potential drafting a kid that's a damn power forward on the basketball team trying to convert him to a fucking 3-tech. That was dumb anyway. I'm like, how many people you get a 6'5", 6'6", 3-tech? He should be playing a 5-tech. He should be in a 3-4 system, not a 4-3, 3-tech. Like, that was poor management, poor personnel that you wasted money putting into an improper archetype for the position that you're trying to find. 3-techs are like 6'2" and under. 305 between 290, a good, solid foundation archetype 3-techs and a 4-3. Not a fucking power forward on the basketball team. He should not have been he shouldn't have been an afterthought for being a damn 3-tech in the NFL. But Ryan Poles, he got enamored with the athleticism, but he was the last person off the line of scrimmage every snap at Florida, because Florida taught them to do that in the 3-4. But he's a 5-tech. I don't want my 5-tech to get sacked. I want my 5-tech to control the guard and the tackle box. I don't need him to do anything else but cover those gaps, the 3 and the 5 hole, 6 hole, 4 hole. I just need those to be covered when he's at the 5-tech. I don't need him to do anything else. So that's just bad management to even think he could be a top flight 3-tech in a 4-3. So now he's got to reconstruct, get with Dennis Allen, and find defensive interior linemen that are proper for the scheme we currently at.
Man, well said, Kashad. You were saying something about giving more of the, the blame to Dennis Allen, but I'm gonna give it to you 1 second. It says we got Craig saying, y'all Grady ain't done shit. That's one guy. Montez makes 22.5. not do shit 98% of the time. Other work being is hurting us making $12 million or whatever. Bro, that's what, $37 million coming from your defensive line?
Wow.
Bitch. This is crazy. So, Shad, man, I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Shad, because I remember you were saying like the draft was the draft with Dennis Allen, man. You got to give him some responsibility for this shit, man, because you tell her he drafted Turner, he drafted these guys. So just familiarize the chat with what you were pretty much saying that day, man. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. So
I don't want to misspeak on you, bro.
All good. The premise on my thoughts on Dennis Allen is I never liked the hire to jump. I understood it from a new head coach's perspective, getting more experience on your defensive side of the ball, because they tend to work out better in terms of a natural marriage. But after seeing this team and looking at the maturation on offense, I would prefer a more aggressive-minded defensive coordinator. Experience, it could be negligible depending on how impressive you are in terms of your scheme. I mentioned guys like Rex Ryan specifically because of the intellectual level of competitiveness that will go on from the offense and defensive standpoint between Ben and Rex could make this Super Bowl formula. And even if you replace Rex Ryan with another caliber or defensive coordinator along those lines, because there's several, I think the Bears have to rethink about how they want to move forward in terms of how that defense looks or operates. Because right now, you're still the sixth most expensive unit in football, and you still got big contracts that are expected to come up on the deal. Gervon Dexter and Jaquan Brisker are both draft picks from Brian Poles that need to be extended, and both of them ain't got short money. So those decisions are going to be real. And if you invest into two players that have not given you the production that those draft picks that should have given you, then that's another double down on a bad decision. Ryan Poles has shown many a times that he doesn't know how to cut bait on a bad decision. How long did Velus Jones play in Chicago?
Oh my God. Fucking Velus Jones.
So for me, even though he had success with rebuilding in the offensive interior, it's very easy to do that. All you had to do is just put the money there. You paid Jonah money, you paid Tooney the money, you paid Darwin money, you pay for what you get.
You got to pay Darnell.
You want an expensive lawyer, you pay for it. So for me, you have to create that money based on what you already have invested. So that means moving some shit around or rethinking pieces that you thought may be your core. Jalen Johnson's up for grabs. Stevenson's up for grabs. You also got to look at the guys that you currently have on your roster at linebacker and defensive end. Dio Dango ain't really been relevant on the Bears since he signed the contract. You don't know what he is as a pro. His age might be the only plus on that contract or him as an asset. But at this point, if you can chalk that up and get rid of him and lose a little bit of money but gain some flexibility, that's something you got to consider. But your defensive tackle spot, you have nothing long-term worth investing in. Absolutely zero. So you start there with this defense moving forward. So like as Coach A said, he want to throw resources at the defensive tackle spot. That wouldn't be crazy or insane. I've mentioned, like I told CJ, I need a policeman at middle linebacker that's going to play for the next 6-7 years, and I ain't got to worry about it. Right. Because of what that does for everything around them. You got that stalwart in the middle of your defense, you tend to have a really excellent unit, or at least a above average unit. A lot of San Francisco 49ers, when you have Fred Warner locked in the middle of that defense. You look at Seattle in the middle of their defense, all pro, linebacker play. So you gotta have that type of stability if you want something that's gonna complement your offense, bro. Or you're gonna be looking at another one of those situations where you have a franchise quarterback that has to score 30 points a game, and in this city, even with Ben Johnson, that's going to be difficult to sustain. Not to take away their capability, but it's just going to be very difficult, especially when he's making $65 million a season.
You're right, Shad. Well, we got a comment from Isabella. What's up, Isabella? Said the front seven is terrible. It doesn't matter who the coordinator is. We need better personnel. Now, do I think we need a better coordinator too? Yes, but we need personnel. See, that's what I was that's what I was kind of getting at. Like, man, you know, Ryan Poles and Dennis Allen have a hell of a job to do, y'all. Like, this shit here is not going to be something like, I don't know. Like, I just see this being harder than what people might think it's going to be, because the defense got to be upgraded. At damn near every part of that front four got to be upgraded. You know what I mean? Outside, like Montez is not a DN1, he's a DN2. Fine, all right. Get somebody to go with him, but you got Billings, you got Dale, you got Dexter over there. That's 3 positions, bro, that they have to pretty much hit on, bro. And I'm not too confident that they could do it, man. CJ, I see you've been in the background for a while, man. Just what's your thoughts on any of this, C? Especially the defense.
Yeah, y'all hit the nail on the defense. Y'all hit it real good. I agree with everything y'all said. The Bears do not have the personnel. Dennis Allen cannot make adjustments. I don't know. But definitely the Bears do not have the personnel. And Jaden Johnson, they need to get rid of him.
Yeah, Jaden Johnson has been. He has been, for a guy that was supposed to be in the top 3, top 5 corner last season, whatever it was, bro. Like the Mr. Podcast man, bro. That's what I've been calling him for the longest time. And I saw this shit coming, bro. Like I just kind of saw his downfall.
Man, fuck all that.
We got
him being another one corner.
Wearing all the shiny shit with the shiny pants on. JJ rather look good than play good. Shiny pants wearing ass. We got Whisper Man.
Not shiny pants.
Shiny pants man. Face ass out of here. We need someone on the tier that draws a double team to open up the other guys. Bro, we can't even beat nobody one-on-one. Like a double team. We don't even beat nobody one-on-one.
Yeah, that's
you
what
said
I'm
a
saying.
lot, G.
That's the problem.
Man, that's what I'm saying about us fixing. You know how important and how hard it might be to actually build this defensive line up, y'all. Y'all know what type of fucking work it's gonna take to get this shit really going. This shit gonna take a minute, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while, man. Like, it's gonna take a lot of studying. Motherfuckers going to games, scouting, all this shit for this whole unit, bro. It ain't like it's been bubbling. It ain't like when, like, how Ben came here and it was already pieces on offense that he liked. DJ, Caleb, DeAndre, you know what I'm saying? Darnell, you feel me? It ain't none of them dudes on the defensive side of the ball, bro. None of them. This shit gonna take at least probably 2 years to me for us to get better, bro. Like, I don't just see us flipping this defense. I just don't. I don't see it, bro. We don't have not one person to say that you can build around and you can build around. Like, not one. Not one. Jaquan out in the secondary. JJ done fucking fell off. Tyreek done fell off. Who else done fell off on this fucking defense? Tremaine. He can't do his job properly because the pass rush ain't always there. TJ Edwards, like,
look at this. Leading. We love TJ Edwards at 63. We know he was injured and had missed some time. That's not a lot of production from the linebacker spot, y'all.
So there's a linebacker.
This is why I have a problem with any type of conversation about having a real defense in this city if I don't have a star at linebacker. And I don't mean an above average player. I mean, every week, the other team's like, fuck, he's out here. Like, it's just
We had one. We
had one and let it go. And this is why I want to leave the conversation on Ryan Poles, because everything on the playoffs,
let me put his picture up.
It gets put on television for the entire nation to watch. The 5 things that I said at the beginning of the season that would dictate if the Bears would win the Super Bowl, because that's what it's about on day 1 of camp. Left tackle is number 1. Who's your tackle? How well are they playing? Does it inhibit or does it prevent Caleb from ascending in the passing game? Through the regular season, I must give them a passing grade. However, the arrow is pointing this way for me right now, specifically because you haven't even identified if Ozzie or Theo is your long-term answer. Secondarily, over the last 3 weeks, a lot of pressure has been designed to bring pressure from the left to force Caleb to run right as opposed to left. Reason being is because his percentages show him rolling right. He's more prone to interceptions and less percentage rate of completions. We saw it today with the drops. It may not have been normal, but the drops came back because teams watch film. So again, it's all about you. It's all about what you're trying to build. And Ryan Poles has to, at some point, be held accountable for these decisions. And I would hate for the Packers game to put all of his flaws in everybody's faces as a fan. That's my worst fear.
I hope it do. I hope it happens so they can fire this motherfucker. I hope it happens, bro. I hope they show everything that was wrong on this team, bro. Because the man been squeaking by in the post game. I see him in the locker room. They celebrating in the background with Kevin Warren and shit. And I'm like, oh, look at his ass back there. Look at his ass. Look at him. Not doing shit. Not doing shit. You see you back there celebrating. I see Ryan. You ain't doing shit, bro. And that shit you gonna get it fucking exposed, bro. No, let the fan base see, bro. Because a lot of people don't, the Yo Credit shot and Alan's credit know the game very, very well, bro. Ain't shit get past y'all, bro. So it's good that y'all up in here educating the people, including myself, on a lot of stuff because people need to see what's going on behind the curtain. You gotta see what's going on behind the curtain. Ryan Poles, keep exposing. We got Isabella. We're gonna give our final thoughts. We're gonna get out of here. Isabella said, it's easy to put on the secondary personnel, but they're having to remain in coverage and try to keep coverage on players way too long. Jared Goff was back there with his slippers and sitting in an easy chair, reading the evening paper, waiting for people to get open. We can't apply pressure. The secondary looks way different if we could put pressure on the quarterback. The one time we were able to pressure him, we got a pick. That was one time out of a whole fucking game that was 3 hours long, bro, and we got an interception. Look, man, it's gonna be something to see, because I made a joke about, it was real though. Like if we had the Seattle Seahawks defense, we'd be in the Super Bowl, Alan. We'd be in the fucking Super Bowl. But it's the work to be done. So, Ryan not getting fired, gang. These players are the Flus regime. And Ryan Poles was part of the Eberflus regime, was he not? Didn't he double down and keep Eberflus, or am I missing something? Just let me know if I'm wrong or not. Ryan Poles, bro, gotta go, man. He gotta go. Your mic muted, shot.
I didn't even want to waste people's time with this bullshit, man. Just thinking about the fact that you got nobody on this team to get quarterback pressure. Nobody, bro. You literally got Montez with 9.5, and nobody else on this fucking team all year has gotten pressure. Nobody. Booker has 4.5. That don't mean nothing over 17 weeks of football, bro. That might be the worst stat for a team going into the playoffs this year in terms of an indicator on their trajectory, on their success likelihood. The fact that they're so inept in getting to the quarterback, teams are going to take advantage of that, man. They're going to take advantage of that. And the team that we're going to see will be the Green Bay Packers. And my final thought on this will be the legitimized game for the whole regime. This will determine if it's going to be business as usual or we looking at a new future. Because the way I see it right now, I feel very uneasy heading into next week, even though we're hosting the Green Bay Packers and everybody wanted to see the Packers for the third time. But I'm here to tell you, history shows those rubber matches tend to go to the better organization. And for the longest time, in my 42 years on this planet, the Green Bay Packers have been the better organization. I hope that I'm wrong. And I'm going to be screaming all week like I'm wrong, predicting the Bears right now to get a victory on the lakefront next week. Let's get it.
Let's get it. OG, you can go next, but we got a comment from Isabella saying I've been calling for post head ever since Baylor Jones washed out, and we made an ill-advised trade with Pittsburgh for that problem child receiver, Chase Claypool. That's what I knew. This guy didn't know what the hell he was doing. Yeah, man, he's made some crazy decisions, man. But Alan, go ahead with your final thoughts, man. This game, next game, what you got? Anything?
Well, I'm gonna say this about Ryan Poles. I have my transgressions with him, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt that he did get Caleb. He did sign, TJ. I would say TJ's solid. He's done some things. He did a good job getting Tooney. I mean, that was a big deal because he worked for Kansas City for 3 years, so he had enough. He had enough friends in the organization to say, you know what, can I get Tooney off your hands? So, that was a good pickup. I mean, some things I have to, and then we got to give him credit for Dahmer. Dahmer was a good pickup, but I would say let's give him another offseason along with Dennis Allen and Ben, and let's go ahead and just put some infrastructure around a quality defense, and let's just give him another shot, because I feel like this week coming up, it's going to be hard as hell to beat the Packers, because I know what the Packers are going to do. They're going to run, and run some more. So that's going to be the problem. And I feel like that defensive line is our Achilles heel. And we all knew that coming in. And it's upsetting, but I got enough in the tank to at least let them get another offseason.
I give them one more draft.
I feel like we're ahead of schedule to me. Yeah, I mean, because you got to think about it, guys. We're ahead of schedule technically. We wasn't supposed to be a playoff team this year.
OG, you want to keep Dennis Allen as
I'm just saying.
Coordinator, G?
But my thing is, Shard, for the most part, let's be real. Dennis Allen has kind of kept this defense really afloat. Think about some of the things he's done. Like, we've created a lot of chaos as far as turnovers, and then we're pretty good against third down. Getting people off the field. Our problem is we can't stop the run. Like, I think that's a personnel issue instead of a scheme issue. That's just my overall assumption of it, or my overall look. I don't think Dennis Allen is a damn terrible defensive coach. He's not. He's a quality defensive coordinator. It's just a personnel issue up front that we gotta correct before I would slam the door on Dennis Allen being a top 5 defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he was in the draft pool. That's what I'm saying.
Would you disagree with the premise that I think that it would be best suited to have maybe a better mind or running the defense paired with Ben Johnson than Dennis Allen? Like, can you not tell me that potentially the defensive coordinator position can be upgraded, even though everything that you said may be true? Like, because that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I think now that you've confirmed
Yeah,
that
you
your head
always,
coach,
yeah, I agree with you, Sean. I know we can get a better defensive coordinator. I get that point. We can do that. But at the same time, we got to be mindful that a lot of defensive coordinators now, especially, let's look at the guy from Green Bay. He's going to get a head coaching job. The Green Bay defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinators don't stay long. We can look at Dennis Allen. He could probably be here for the duration of Ben Johnson's tenure. Ben Johnson could probably be a 10, 15-year coach for us. Now, I wouldn't think Dennis Allen would go that long, but at least he could be a stopgap to the next defensive coordinator. Like, I don't want Al Harris to leave. I think Al Harris should be the next defensive coordinator for us. That's just my opinion. But I don't think Al Harris is going to be here long enough because somebody's going to snatch him up. So I think we're going to be a victim of circumstance.
That's what I'm saying, Coach. When you do an evaluation at the end of the year, and then all those people in the operations, they sit down and they do the review. It's Ben Johnson, Kevin Warren, McCaskey, Caleb Williams, all the coaching staff. You get everybody in here who performed well when we're grading out everything. looking at this season, the way that this defense is played, even given the benefit of the doubt with the turnover increase leading the league, you could argue that it performed exactly on the level that it did under Eberflus, if not a little bit worse, with subsequently the same talent, if not more. So for me, I'm not giving him credit for really anything this season because he hasn't developed anybody in terms of a rookie or a second-year player.
That's a bar.
Okay. So the player
veterans,
okay.
Your veterans have plateaued in terms of their performance. We're questioning Stevenson. We're questioning Brisker. We're questioning the ability of Javon Dexter, the three guys that were the most important for him to coach and get the most out of. And because he hasn't, and those three players have struggled, our defense didn't take a bump, even with a different coach. So yes, there's deficiencies with the personnel, but here's my thing. Creatively, just like Ben did some things with guys last year that we didn't do, that same thing was expected of Dennis Allen. I don't think he's done a great enough job being creative enough with the parts given to make things a little bit more disruptive defensively, especially when given the opportunity to have a top 10 offense. You're a little bit more of a conducive game plan to strategize against a defense that, the offense is more than likely more one-dimensional than not. And that's how the game's played out this year. So
we got a comment.
Not shitting on him.
No, we got a comment about Bobby. He said you just shot because these players don't fit the system he wants to run. And Shad, I know you know the scheme and all that. So any of these players that they're drafted or they got right now are these Dennis Allen type of scheme players? Because you got a tall corner, right? When we got a tall corner in Nashawn, don't we got a tall corner in Zay Frazier who didn't play this year? You know what I mean? Don't we have tall defensive ends? Like so what's your thoughts on that they don't fit the system you want to run?
The way that Dennis Allen's defenses have been keyed, if you go back and look at the New Orleans Saints, it was an defensive end, outside left linebacker, right corner, free safety. Kevin Byard's filled in well. He's had a great year.
That's a Dennis Allen guy.
Measured and done well. His game has gone up. You've seen it. You've seen that reflect in the on-field play. Linebacker situation, let's say it, to be honest, Tremaine Edmonds has had his best career year as a Bear under Dennis Allen. He's moved from inside to the outside, making him more of an ability to use that athleticism to impact the run and coverage. So I'll give him credit for those two things.
That's two players.
Next level, defensive end. I'm sorry, the defensive end that he wanted to spend money on hasn't performed or even played since week 4. Dial Damo. That's his fucking fault. Fuck him. Not giving benefit of the doubt of it. And then also, have you made Montez Sweat significantly better by moving him up and down the defensive line to make it difficult for offenses to key on where he'll be?
You don't move him at all.
When you've played 8 teams with backups starting the game and tackle, and you haven't taken advantage of it, and your defensive end is making $25 million, ain't fucking got 10 sacks. You ain't did your job. You owe me money. Cornerback.
So that's 3.
Corner. Give him credit for Nashawn Wright being put at that position where he's going to be able to go up against the number 2 and use his length to be able to take away vertical passes, considering the fact he was top 5 targeted in the entire league and ended up leading in turnovers overall. Give him credit and kudos for Nashawn Wright. But that's what Allen just told me was more Al Harris than Dennis Allen. So I'm not giving that nigga credit for an outstanding season from Nashawn Wright. I'm giving it to the person who should get the credit, which
Al
is
Harris.
Okay, so should we move on to the next and the final component of what's supposed to be graded for Dennis Allen? A pass rusher. Austin Booker got 4.5. Next. I don't need to say shit else, bro. He's done nothing. And in a year that you validate your offense, it's not wrong for you to look at it and say, let's pivot on defense now. Use this offseason when we're finna rebuild it with a new set of eyes to rebuild it. So that way you don't have to change much. And maybe you promote from within.
I want to see Al Harris go. I don't want to see him go. But He's gonna be a hot commodity, y'all. Al Harris is gonna be a hot commodity, man. You know, he's it's gonna be about what 4 or 5 head coaching jobs. He's gonna get a job.
Why can't he coach your defense next year?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like if we got better,
that's only definitely find a job.
Like if we got better in our own building, I'm with Shad. If we got better in our own building, we have to investigate that. Shad is right in regards of who's performing on the team when you got to give people grades, man. And a lot of people are saying Al Harris, man. And I was speaking in the private chat about, I said, we got to find somebody that matches Ben Johnson's ability to make adjustments. As much as Ben Johnson gets on my nerves sometimes, Ben will make an adjustment, and I've seen him make an adjustment to where we can come back and win a game. I've seen it. I have not seen any adjustment from Dennis Allen to where it can match in that coaching room. Like, I haven't seen that. And you have to really be honest about how far along in the relationship of keeping not a Ben Johnson, but a Dennis Allen, how far is it going to go? Like, when you with somebody because y'all are probably more than likely like-minded. Y'all not really going to be that opposite of how y'all think and approach anything in a relationship. So if I'm looking at it and I'm Ben Johnson and I'm the breadwinner, I'm the provider, I'm doing this way, and I'm not seeing you making adjustments this way as my defensive coordinator, it's not going to take long for me to say, you got to go, bro. That's what people got to wrap their head around. Like, you got to go. Like, you can't keep pushing pushing the potato down the road, whatever it's called, and expecting somebody not to run it and hit it over. You feel what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, like, you can't keep doing it. And I don't think that we as a fan base should be happy with mediocrity anymore. Ben Johnson has not been brought in here to give us mediocrity. And you block a guy shot in the 48-minute game and you 6'6", you're going to get some interceptions, bro. You're going to get some because quarterback's going to throw them. So you can put that shit to the side. Them interceptions, like, yeah, that's cool. But the game is won where? In the trenches, bro. In the trenches. That's where the game is won. That's just where the game is won. So my final thoughts is this, man. I hope that we can get our shit together next week. What we are is what we are, though. That's really all I got. Caleb could have played a better game today. Ben Johnson could have called a better game today. Dennis Allen could have called a better game today. It all could have been better, bro. The run game, every single thing was mediocre today. It's a game that you want to win for a lot of reasons, man. And we didn't win them for reasons that I thought we should have. Ben Johnson, I called him king of the NFC North. It still looked like Ben Johnson was the big bro. What's his name? Dan Campbell still looked like he was out there today. So to me, until we do that, bro, I don't know. Thank you, said, but that's the point, G. Was the offense good today? No, the O-line got beat up and the O didn't put up points. Failed today. The offense was terrible, man.
Can I address that? We talked about that at the beginning of it, man. That the offense itself is still creating its identity. So it's kind of like picking which team you want to see this week. Ben Johnson wanted to see the passing bears. When you saw against the Niners, the clean one you saw against the Niners when you were converting on passes earlier in the game. This matchup cried for them to run the ball a lot. Okay. It begged for them to do it. Dan Campbell probably leaned into knowing Ben Johnson's tendencies and says he's probably going to try to throw that bitch all over the yard, get 4K, party it up in the city, buy Detroit, have a good one. And that's exactly how it materialized. In the first half, they weren't able to sustain because they weren't making completions. That's been my biggest complaint with Caleb all year. Great quarterbacks come out the game, off the bus, 6 for 6, 10 points. Unquestioned, no doubt, on the home, on the road. That's not where we're at yet. Because we can't book that, there has to be some type of balance or symmetry. You have to find out where the advantage is that week. Against the Lions, it says press the middle of the defense. The problem was the offensive line got their face smacked today. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that because I did. They got their face smacked today. And again, 2 times against the Lions, they've out-physicaled you on the line of scrimmage. This is a message to wake-up call against Green Bay coming in here with the same game plan and the same mentality on how to beat the Bears. The tape is out, gentlemen.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I got nothing else to say.
Next week is pretty much going to be exactly what we saw 2 weeks ago. The only difference will be about execution. He made an emphasis, our quarterback made an emphasis to talk about third down. So that's all I'm looking forward to watching.
Go ahead, Shah. If you finish, if you keep going, you good.
You better have Rome. Luther Burden better be involved early in the play sheet.
DJ Moore
better have more than one reception, which I asked CJ about 30 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to figure it out. What the fuck is up with this one catch shit week in and week out, bro? You need to get your guys that are explosive involved early to set that tone, to allow your defense to have a little bit of leeway if they're not having their best day, because they're going to be tested, and that's just been proven.
We got Bobby saying, what your idea is running the run game, and Ben went away from it that last week. Seattle ran 36 times and won 16-3. See, everybody. I mean, but this is the thing about the run game, bro. This is the thing that drives me crazy about this run game. Everybody keeps saying we do not have the defense to keep doing that shit, bro. Eventually, you're gonna have to use your quarterback's arm to get ahead, bro. He tried to run a run game, bro, tonight, and it did not work. It had like 60 yards, bro. It was not the 150, 140 we used to get him, bro. Ben Johnson thing, to me, he's going to have to learn how to identify what works best. What works best? Like I said at the beginning of the year, everybody's in the evaluation. This is coastal level and rookie season. Everybody's still like getting their stuff going together, like Shah said. We have to figure out what works. Guys been dropping passes today. Caleb was inaccurate today in the first half. Ben comes out in the second half. We completely run up the score on the fucking Lions. That to me is inexcusable. That to me makes me think that Ben is not good at his job right now. That's what screams to me. He's not dialing in the plays that can get us over the hump sooner. Your quarterback is going to make incomplete passes. Guys are going to drop the ball. Your run game is not going to always be stout, what it's supposed to be, depending on who you fucking playing. Ben Johnson has to be a better play caller. He just has to be better. It has to be complimentary football. We should not see Caleb throw a touchdown, throw a damn 2-point conversion, then throw another touchdown. I'm sick of seeing that, bro. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing that shit, bro. I'm tired of it. Ben Johnson has to be better. Overall, Caleb got to be better. Can't keep going back and forth with this identity. Are we throwing it? Are we passing it? What are we doing, man? Last point, because I know we're going to link. On the first and 10 pass, second and 10 pass, again, intentional grounding down, we 3rd and 20, get in 3 and short at least. But I know we're going to talk for sure. Yeah, last point, because I know we're going to link on the first and 10 second. Yeah, then it was intentional grounding. Like, yeah, it was all nasty. And Shad, I want to get your opinion. We're going to get up out of here. Alan, too. I want to get your opinion. We're going to go. When we got the interception on Jared Goff, talk about that drive where we just shit the fucking bed, bro. What now? This is where we could kind of clear the air. We could be like, we should have ran it, or we should have do these. Like, what would have done, Shad? Because that right there, if you're looking for one particular series, that would be one right there where we can all be like, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Either run it or pass it. So Shad, I'm gonna let you go, and then Alan, I'm gonna let you go. What we should have done on that drive at the interception, because that was crazy, man.
The whole concept goes back to what I was saying. Ben Johnson did not take his shirt off.
Right.
Didn't take his shirt off, bro.
You
need to take your shirt off today, bro.
This shit's gonna make me
embrace what your team is. That type of energy, that type of physicality, that type of force, this type of city. You have to understand the moment. I know what we want to capture, the historical Caleb Williams game against the Lions, Ben Johnson.
Absolutely, Bobby.
I totally get the narrative component to this shit, man. But if you're really baking the cake and you want to bake the bitch to perfection, you have to lean into what you know, use the ingredients that you know cook the way that they cook. And at the start of games,
I saw that, Bobby.
It's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yes, Sean. Yes.
Undisciplined or ununderstood method on how they're trying to attack the defense. Dictate that attack, as you spoke 2 weeks ago. I think this was actually after the Packers game. No, this was the Packers game. You wanted to see the Bears be aggressive early so that they're more on a more dictative pace offensively. Whether it's hurry up, whether it's focus on the run, whether it's spread offense. But for me, when you have some injuries on the outside, this game kind of just leaned and called for you to go heavy play action, heavy run, and then zip this shit up. It's an easy cakewalk game. I think Ben just got caught up in that narration of trying to get that statistical passing game to keep the ball rolling because they look so good from San Francisco when the matchup didn't really speak to that.
For sure. And then, Alan, you said that Bobby right says, y'all see when Ben said he should have went for it on 4th and 5. That's what I'm talking about, Alan. He should have. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because the drive that we had when we had the ball, Alan, after interception, doo-doo, that drive was straight ass. Then we don't go for it on 4th and 5. So it's two scenarios where Ben Johnson potentially dropped the ball. But what's your thoughts, Alan, man, just in those moments right there, man, especially 4th and 5?
I mean, we're gonna be honest. Let's talk honestly.
Okay.
You got a quarterback that's throwing a damn football 1,000 miles per hour going 4 yards. That's the first play. Luther Burton, that was a well-organized play. Luther Burton caught the ball with nobody in his face for the next 5 yards. That was going to be a first down. But no, I'm going to throw a hard-ass pass that nobody in this American country can catch. So then the second play, you throw, he throws the intentional grounding to thinking it was DJ, and I think he he had the ball or something. Something got kind of awry, and he threw an intentional ground. So now it's 3rd and 20. So I don't know if that's. I can't give that to Bean.
Right.
I can't give that to Bean. That's on 18.
Yep.
That's on 18. I can't get that to Bean. I mean, let's talk about everything.
Yeah.
So, I just say we need to play better. We need to play better, and we need to focus on capitalizing on the things we get. We got a turnover right there. Man. I would like to run the ball a couple of times and then pass because we had 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
I wanted to run it right there.
Lifetime to score.
I wanted to run it. I was ready through it.
Just to kind of get the offensive line.
Go ahead, Alan. You got it.
Okay, we're going to fire out the football, kind of get into a rhythm. But he came out, ran a good play, but Caleb didn't execute the throw. So, I mean, Luther Burton dropped it, but nobody catch a 100-mile-per-hour fastball with 3 feet or 4 feet. I mean, that was a little much. I mean, you can see the expression on Ben's face. He started looking up in the air like, damn, Then the intentional grounding, like you throwing it to the person in the stand. I don't know. So I can't blame Ben on that. But
you right.
Teachers on.
No, you right. I can't say nothing about it, man. Caleb didn't play a great game at all. I just think overall we just got to be better, man. We just can't. Man, we just can't, bro. I mean, we're going into the playoffs on a 2-game losing streak. Isabella said that's not good. It's not good. And we got Bobby saying I respect it, OG. Yeah, man, a lot of good thoughts up in here, man. This is what we kind of try to do. Everybody, multiple things could be true. I hope you guys enjoyed us talking about, the Dennis Allen portion of it, the Ryan Poles portion of the show, man, the Ben Johnson portion of the show. Then we talked about the Jalen Johnson part of the show, man. Then we talked about the Caleb Williams part of the show, man. So hopefully you guys really enjoy the show, man. We try to give you guys every single thing we can as far as being diverse in our approach in the game, so it's not boring and anything like that. So with that being said, we're going to get up out of here, man. Bobby says, appreciate y'all, brother. Great convo for sure. We're going to link up next time, bro. It's going to probably be Bobby, the pregame for the Packer playoff game. I'm pretty sure you'll probably want to, if you can, come on to the pregame show for the Bears versus Packers. That being said, man, shout out to Isabella for coming in here, Bobby for coming in here. Who else pulled up tonight, man? We got Craig, of course, in here, man. He's like family to us. JC, man, welcome to the podcast, bro. Hope you followed us on Facebook, bro. Carlos, what up, OG? Shout out to Carlos. Shout out to Shot coming in here. Shout out to Honey for reposting the stream. Whisper, man. Whisper Mason, we appreciate you coming in, man. John Magic, what's up, John? OG, another OG. Big John says not going to show us his game plan. That's what Alan was kind of going towards too, man. We'll see. Alan popped back in here, but we about to end it, OG. Unless you got anything else, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. We'll see you guys for the Bears versus Packers pregame show, playoff game, man. And we out here. Bobby, I'll send you the link when we decide when we're gonna go live for a pregame show for the Bears versus Packers, man. Bear down, man. We get them again. Peace.